Well, the 44th annual Loerie Awards, also known as the Loeries, came to an end in Cape Town last night after a week-long festival of networking, celebration and, of course, the recognition of great work. Visitors and attendees had the opportunity to experience the industry's very best in creativity with premier masterclasses, seminars, exposés and award ceremonies. To tell us more about the significance of the Loeries, the opportunities available and representation in the creative industry, I'm joined by Loeries Awards Jury President Brian Mtongana. Brian, thank you so much for joining us this morning on our program. But very quickly, though, congratulations on being appointed the Executive Creative Director at Woolies.
Thank you. Thank you so much. What a great honor to join you this morning. And then also, I love what you just touched on about representation, inclusion in the industry. And that appointment is also testament to that, that there's like rich creativity and innovation in South Africa. And it is an honor. It's a big premium brand that I've been working for the past 13 years. And it's an honor to be at the helm of creativity and innovation of this South African brand. So thank you for that.
Congratulations. But of course, we have you joining us this morning to talk about the Loeries. We've just had a week long of, the festivals, the festivities rather, the networking that I mentioned, the entertainment, but most importantly, I suppose, an opportunity for creatives to be in one space and to share, I suppose, insights and what they've learned. Let's talk about the Loeries themselves, the theme being create magic. How does one even manage that?
I think, if you look at what we've been through in the past 2 years, we need a bit of magic. We need something that is entertaining, something that is inspiring. It's been like a hard 2 years. But I think magic exists in everything that we do. And in the brand communications industry, there's a lot of magic that is there that needs to be celebrated. And any piece of work that comes, whether you're a creative or a brand, it's an opportunity to create magic that entertains and inspires the consumer for the consumer to have an emotional connection with your brand. So creating magic is what we do every day, and also we are so blessed in our region. There's so much innovation and creativity, so much talent in the region of Africa and Middle East. And being a jury president, again, this year was testament to that, just looking at the amount of talent and innovation that exists and the amount of magic, because also, any piece of work, whether it's film or whether it's packaging design or branding or digital design piece of work, it's easy to go the road that is traveled by most, but to have that courage and brave, mentality to go the road less traveled, that is where the magic actually exists. So it was really exciting to see the magic that exists within the region itself.
Talking about that magic and the work that you do as creatives within that brand and communication space, how you enable consumers to emotionally connect to products. We had Chicken Licken this year being awarded Brand of the Year, if I'm not mistaken. What is it about the advertising, the kinds of advertisements that is coming out of the agency impact and of course what it's doing for the Chicken Licken brand?
And also, if you look at the Chicken Licken brand, how it is and how its customers have had that emotional connection with the brand, it had to do with the advertising, And also, I think that the trick with the brand was always that humor, the humorous approach to the brand, that automatically had that emotional connection to the consumer. And also, I think also it's also about relevance. It's so relevant. It's so local. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Because generally, back in the days, everything was always inspiration from America or from Europe, to make something look world-class or seem world-class, But I think more and more we've embraced us, and our way and our lens of seeing creativity. which is like really important. So for me, I think with Chicken Licken, I mean, you always look forward to see what the agency, which is Joe Public, in this case, has to do. And also, sometimes you might have, one of my favorite ones is the Michael Nyati, which is obviously spoof on Michael Knight, which is like a simple idea, but it's super clever. Yeah. But it's so local. Again, I'm saying you take something which is a global phenomenon. I mean, everyone knows Michael Knight. I mean, I'm just revealing my age now, you know. But that local spin and local take on it was just like a stroke of genius. So I think, and also they're consistent, because more and more every time there's always like a new surprise. And for me, that is creating magic, you know, embracing local insight, local nuances, which is very relevant, because that's one of the things that we're looking for. How is it relevant to the region? How is it relevant to the target audience? Is it innovative? Is it quality? You know, so it ticked all those boxes. So it's not just about that, but also, I think also it's got a halo effect on the Chicken Licken brand overall, you know. And when you see those ads, you just want to
go buy Chicken Licken.
Yeah. On-demand delivery. I don't want to mention the app.
Indeed.
I didn't pay for it.
But another significant award that you have at the Loeries is the Loeries Hall of Fame, where you've got some notable names being inducted into the Hall of Fame and being celebrated, really, for their contributions over the many years. Talk to us about that and the recipient of this year's Loeries Hall of Fame.
So the recipient this year was Pepe Mare, who's a stalwart in the industry. He's the founder of Joe Public in Johannesburg, which is one of the biggest agencies in South Africa. And actually, that's the agency that's behind the Chicken Licken ads, you know, and like highly talented individuals in the team. And Pepe has been consistent over the years, you know, creating magic, as you were highlighted earlier, you know, and also I think also our leadership, you know, because this is not just about creativity, but it's about leadership, you know, and leading and paving a way for those who are going to follow after. And his approach, or I would say like the approach of the agency, has always been something that is like quite fresh and different in the industry. So I mean, he's earned his stripes. Also, like I mean, also he's one of the people actually I look up to, you know, because of the caliber of work over the years, consistently passionate about this industry, celebrating creativity and innovation throughout, which is very important, you know, because also understanding that obviously this industry is one of the industries over the time has been undermined, you know. People don't know like how the role that it actually plays in society in terms of solving societal problems, because a perfect example, I mean, now with the past 2 years, you know, how would people know if it wasn't for the brand communication industry about what to do in terms of COVID, protocols, communication, vaccines and all that. So the brand communication industry played a major role, because there you are designing communication. You are creating communication that is easy to understand, that customers can engage on, you know. So and not only that, but and also like a lot of work that we saw as well this year was around GBV, you know, creative ways of tackling those problems. You know, that is where creativity has a role to play in society. It's not just about pretty pictures and winning awards, but actually it's got a role that it plays in society, solving problems,
right,
you know, in society. Yeah, so that's very, very important.
Well, Brian, thank you so much for coming onto our program this morning, sharing with us the significance of the Loeries and the role that advertising or brand and communication plays in our society. Thank you so much for joining us this morning.